All right. It's good to be back with you guys again.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Glad you were able to connect with Debbie at MRS. So,
Nice lady.
yeah, I'm glad that we can work together.
Sounds like she can be helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, she asked me to come and do my full assessment and really think through what aspects of the farm need to be adapted for you specifically, Jane.
Okay.
But it's kind of a moving target with your family. I know this. Who does what? Because as Ed gets feeling better after the hip surgery and some of the other assistive technology that's been done, your roles might be shifting a little bit, and you getting busy working off farm some. But I'm just wondering in general, what aspects of the farm do you feel like are your really primary roles? Like if you think in your mind, like who does the main things in the shop or in the fields? How would you describe that?
Probably, I kind of do a little bit of everything. Wherever needs to be filled in, I usually help Dad fix equipment. If it's broke down, I'm trying to help identify the problem at least.
So you might be out in the field
Yeah,
with that.
yeah, and then occasionally haul wagons.
Oh,
Mom,
right.
she does a lot with the skid steer. That's her favorite thing, feeding the cattle.
Raking.
And raking hay, and then Dad, he does the baling and the hay cutting and
Loading, unloading bales.
yeah, combining and planting. So Dad's main is the field work is his main.
And making sure things get fixed.
Okay.
Between the two of them usually work pretty good to.
Okay.
Samantha's there to do the heavy lifting and the bending.
And a lot of
But
time.
they will cut hay and stuff, but they want me to open the field,
Not that I can't.
Yeah.
I just don't.
But
which doesn't bother me. I know the field's pretty good, so.
a lot of times I'll be the one to look up a part number and try and find parts online. I do a lot more of the technology portion of things.
Okay.
Putting a backup camera on the round baler
Hooking it
tractor.
up for 'em, getting it ready to go.
That was easy. Just get it programmed to the iPad. That,
Yeah.
Okay.
Programming it to
I
the
don't
to
know anything
the
about that.
tablet.
Yeah. But if the combine breaks down, you know what to do with that.
Well, kind of.
Yeah.
If
We'll
it's mine.
figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And what would you feel like, Jane, your really essential role, like if there's one thing that you needed to keep making sure you could do, what aspect of the farm would be that?
Probably doing a better job of handling, being able to sort the cattle, and I can move them around. I move them around from pen to pen, but when you actually have to handle them individually, that's a little different story. I definitely always need Samantha's help for
Okay.
anything like that.
So your real go-to is the cattle
It's the cattle.
that you need to be paying attention to.
Yeah.
How do you feel like the cattle play into the farm finances? Are they a hobby on the side and the crops are the main thing, or are they equal with the crops?
Right now, the crops are the main thing. I'd like that the cattle would be more than just a hobby,
Okay.
because the cattle were always the main thing when we were milking cows.
Okay.
But getting to from point A to point B, we're in the transition from the dairy to the beef,
Okay.
and it just doesn't happen overnight.
So you're moving forward
Yep.
with the cattle
Yep.
aspect of it.
Yep.
It's just that right now it's smaller than the crops.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Yep.
just
We're
didn't
just-
have the heart
just
to
getting
tear
our-
all the fences down.
Just kind of getting our feet wet with the beef cattle.
Okay.
Trying to figure out what our goals are. We're still trying to.
You know,
Some people get rid of the cows and the fences come down. But we didn't really want to do that yet.
I really have liked the last 2 winters or spring, renting the pen out to somebody else and having somebody else's cattle fill in some space, because I don't like the empty barns.
Okay.
you know, it's nice to have, you know, until we can build up or enough of our own to, it's nice to have the extra cattle, keep the waters running.
Okay.
I think
and
mainly
stuff.
we're just still trying to work through how to make the dairy operation and everything we've had in place for the dairy and figure out how to make it work with beef. Like revamp our buildings for the amount of cattle we have. Use the we have a lot of waters. We don't necessarily need all of them anymore, but trying to figure out what system of place for the animals to be. And just how to better utilize our equipment that we currently have and the barn space and just trying to be overall more efficient in our plans and our resources that we already have.
Okay. So it sounds like that's maybe one of your short-term goals is figuring out your plan for the farm business in general with
future.
the
Yep.
livestock and the crops and the layout of the flow of the animals. And okay. Are there other goals that you have in mind that you'd like to accomplish as a farm business? Like, where are you headed? Are you
Learn to sell high.
Don't ask
sell
him.
high and buy low?
Don't ask him, have a whole list of another 10 tractors he wants to buy.
Okay.
You know, we'd like to, I think, for us, basically for the dairy portion of it, we always had to have corn and we always had to have hay. We always had to have so much feed. So now it's really working on trying to learn how to make everything more productive and how to get a better market value and contracting and figuring out how to do all that stuff, which was stuff we've never
had to
really
wait.
had to do before because every acreage that we had went towards feeding the cows.
Right. It had a
Everything went to the cows.
So now that we don't, now that
And
we
we
have,
were always buying.
yeah, now that we have extra, making it not extra necessarily, but a different use for it. Trying to find a different purpose and a different end product for our
Do you
crops.
do you feel like there's any areas of the farm that are particularly unsafe that you're concerned might cause you injury?
I think probably our current cattle handling system. We have a head gate and we've tried to revamp it, but I think I'd like to do a little more of maybe having some panels like that are taller, and so the cat is darker for the cattle to go in. Just making that safer for me when I'm helping mom, or have it so she's able to
Handle it
process somebody by herself if
You're
I'm
not around
able
when
to.
you're at work.
Yeah.
It sounds like you three make a really good team. That you kind of know your general roles, but you all help each other, and
Till it's time to clean the shop.
nobody wants to clean the shop. Other than that,
Everybody's got a different way.
Well, this needs to be thrown out. No, you can't throw that out. Well, throw that out.
Yeah.
Put it over here. No, put it over there.
all right. Okay. Well, it sounds like you have a lot of good options for going forward, and maybe this accessibility piece can play into helping you shape those goals.
I think it does.
Okay. And the other thing might be bringing in a business consultant, somebody from MSU Extension or someone that can help you think through this transition. You're not the first farm to go from dairy to beef
Right.
without tearing down your fences. So I'd kind of like to see the place. Can we go take a walk around and you just tell me about the different, how you're working with things now, and I'll see if there's some ideas we can come up with to help with the accessibility.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Yep.
What way do we go?
Over there.
Go
This
that
way? Okay. I'll let you lead the way.